The shadow of Al-Shabaab, a descent into Somalia's heart of terror. What drives a group to turn bustling markets into killing fields? How does a shadowy jihadist force hold an entire region hostage with fear? In the chaotic, war-torn Horn of Africa, one name echoes through blood-soaked streets and whispered nightmares: Al-Shabaab. This is no ordinary terrorist group. It's a relentless machine of violence thriving on Somalia's instability, orchestrating carnage with chilling precision and leaving a trail of devastation that stretches far beyond its borders. From luxury malls in Nairobi to dusty military outposts in Mogadishu, Al-Shabaab's ruthlessness knows no bounds. But what makes this group so terrifyingly effective, and why, after years of counterterrorism efforts, does it remain a specter of death and destruction? Buckle up as we dive deep into the dark world of Al-Shabaab, a story of suicide bombers, audacious attacks, and a chilling grip on a nation's soul. This is not just a tale of terror, it's a journey into the heart of chaos, where every explosion tells a story and every victim's cry demands answers. The birth of a nightmare, Al-Shabaab, meaning the youth in Arabic, emerged in 2006 from the ashes of Somalia's fractured Islamic courts union. Born in a country ravaged by civil war where warlords and famine ruled, this Al-Qaeda-affiliated group vowed to impose a brutal vision of Sharia law. But this isn't just about ideology, it's about power. Al-Shabaab thrives in Somalia's lawless void, exploiting poverty, recruiting desperate youths, and turning despair into deadly devotion. With an estimated 7,000, 12,000 fighters, it's a decentralized hydra, striking with guerrilla precision and vanishing into the shadows. What sets Al-Shabaab apart? Its unrelenting savagery. This isn't a group content with political statements. It wants blood, fear, and chaos. Its tactics, suicide bombings, assassinations, and attacks on soft civilian targets are designed to paralyze societies. Imagine sipping coffee in a bustling mall, unaware that a suicide vest is seconds from detonating. That's the terror Al-Shabaab delivers, and it's why governments from Nairobi to Washington lose sleep over this group. Blood in the Mall, the Westgate Massacre picture. This, September 21st, 2013, Nairobi, Kenya. The Westgate Mall, a gleaming symbol of modernity, buzzes with shoppers, families, expats, and tourists. Suddenly, gunfire erupts. 4 Al-Shabaab militants armed with AK-47s and grenades storm the building. They don't just shoot, they hunt. For 80 harrowing hours, they stalk their prey, killing indiscriminately. By the time the siege ends, 67 people are dead, including children, and 175 are wounded. Blood stains marble floors, bodies lie amid shattered glass. The attackers weren't random fanatics. They were trained, disciplined, and chillingly calm, separating Muslims from non-Muslims by demanding victims recite Islamic prayers. Those who failed were shot on the spot. The world watched in horror as live footage showed smoke billowing from the mall, a stark reminder that Al-Shabaab's reach extends far beyond Somalia's borders. This wasn't just an attack, it was a spectacle of terror designed to haunt Kenya's psyche and warn the world no one is safe. A reign of terror, tactics and targets, Al-Shabaab's playbook is a masterclass in ruthlessness. Suicide bombings are their signature, cheap, devastating, and terrifying. In 2022 alone, the group claimed 784 lives across 315 attacks, according to the Global Terrorism Index. One chilling example, a 2023 attack on a Ugandan military base in Somalia where 54 soldiers were slaughtered in a single night. The attackers struck under cover of darkness, using explosives and gunfire to overwhelm the outpost before melting back into the bush. But it's not just soldiers they target. Al-Shabaab revels in striking civilians where they feel safest: hotels, restaurants, markets. In 2019, they bombed a Mogadishu hotel, killing 26, including journalists and politicians. In 2020, a truck bomb in a crowded market claimed dozens more. They exploit Somalia's instability, using ungoverned spaces to train, plan, and extort millions from local businesses through taxes. Their fighters, often young men lured by promises of purpose or coerced at gunpoint, are both victims and perpetrators in this cycle of violence. What makes Al-Shabaab so ruthless? Their indifference to human life. They've used children as young as 10 as suicide bombers, strapping explosives to innocents and sending them into crowds. They've assassinated peace activists, aid workers, and even clan elders who dare oppose them. Every attack is a message: resist and you die. Stay with us for more untold stories. The world of Al-Shabaab is just one of the chilling stories we uncover. If you're hooked on diving deep into the shadows of global conflicts, subscribe to our YouTube channel for more gripping investigations. Hit that bell icon to never miss a story that pulls back the curtain on the world's darkest corners. Your support keeps us digging for the truth. The global reach of fear, Al-Shabaab's terror, isn't confined to Somalia. Their pledge of allegiance to Al-Qaeda in 2012 gave them a global stage, and they've used it to deadly effect. In Kenya, they've targeted universities, buses, and police stations, punishing the country for sending troops to Somalia. The 2015 Garissa University attack left 148 dead, mostly students, gunned down in their dorms. In Uganda, a 2010 bombing during the World Cup final killed 74. Even in the U.S., Al-Shabaab has inspired lone wolf attacks, recruiting through slick propaganda videos that glorify jihad. Their resilience is what terrifies governments. Despite billions spent on counterterrorism, drones, airstrikes, and African Union troops, Al-Shabaab controls vast swaths of rural Somalia. They fund their war machine through extortion, piracy, and charcoal smuggling, raking in an estimated $100 million annually. It's a grim irony. A group born from chaos now profits from it, a parasite feeding on a nation's wounds. The human cost, stories from the ashes behind the numbers, are human tragedies. Take Halima, a Somali mother who fled Mogadishu after Al-Shabaab burned her village, killing her husband. She now lives in a refugee camp, haunted by the memory of her son, recruited by the group at 14, never seen again. Or consider John, a Nairobi shopkeeper who survived Westgate but lost his wife. "I hear the gunfire in my dreams," he says, his voice trembling. These are the faces of Al-Shabaab's terror, ordinary people caught in an extraordinary nightmare. The group's ruthlessness extends to its own. Dissenters within Al-Shabaab face execution. Defectors are hunted like animals. In 2018, a senior commander who criticized the group's brutality was beheaded publicly, his body left as a warning. This is a group that thrives on fear, both within and without. Why they endure the unkillable hydra. Why can't Al-Shabaab be stopped? Somalia's weak government, riddled with corruption, is no match for their guerrilla tactics. Foreign interventions, U.S. airstrikes, Kenyan troops often backfire, killing civilians and fueling Al-Shabaab's recruitment. The group's decentralized structure means no single leader's death can cripple it. When one cell is destroyed, another rises. It's a hydra with endless heads fed by poverty, anger, and despair. The world is fighting back. The African Union's AMISOM mission, backed by the US and EU, has pushed Al-Shabaab out of key cities, but the group adapts, striking softer targets, exploiting new technologies like drones, and spreading propaganda online. In 2023, they claimed responsibility for attacks that killed hundreds, showing no sign of slowing down. The story doesn't end here. Al-Shabaab's shadow looms large, a chilling reminder that terror thrives where hope falters. But this is just the beginning of our journey into the world's darkest corners. What's next? Will Al-Shabaab expand its global reach? Can Somalia ever break free? For answers to these questions and more gripping investigations, subscribe to our YouTube channel and join us as we uncover the untold stories that shape our world. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and stay tuned for the next chapter in this saga of chaos and courage. The question remains, how do you stop a shadow that moves with the wind? Stick with us, and let's find out together.